Pick up all of you. Let's take a picture together. Facing forward first. Everybody get ready with yourselves so much.
Chang Wook proposed to his girlfriend at the event. As you all just see, the popular actor Wook has been confirmed dating this lady, who is unknown to fans and many others. As the cameras kept rolling and the crowd slowly realized what was happening, the entire venue erupted into a wave of screams, shock, and pure excitement. People were grabbing their phones, zooming in, shouting his name, trying to understand how the night took such an unexpected turn. Chang Wook, the man known for his calm and elegant presence on screen, suddenly became the center of one of the most emotional live moments fans had ever witnessed. He stood there, hands slightly shaking, the lights hitting his face as he smiled at the woman beside him, still unknown to the public, still mysterious, yet clearly incredibly important to him. She looked overwhelmed, trying not to cry as she covered her mouth with her hands. The audience was frozen between cheering and gasping, not wanting to miss a second. Wook lifted the mic again, gently asking the crowd to quiet down, and surprisingly, they did. "I never planned to say this here," he said, breath trembling, "but sometimes moments choose you." The fans screamed again, calling his name, shouting words of encouragement, filming from every angle. The woman beside him kept shaking her head in disbelief, torn between laughter and tears. Wook reached into his pocket, and when fans saw the small box, that was it. The venue practically exploded. People jumped on their feet, some shouting yes. Say yes. Even before he asked the question, he knelt down slowly, not as an actor in a drama, but as a man completely in love. "You supported me, cared for me, kept me grounded," he said, voice cracking slightly. The crowd quieted again, this time out of respect. "I know you never wanted the spotlight. I know you're not used to this world, but will you let me walk through it with you?" The unknown woman's tears finally fell as she nodded repeatedly, hands shaking so much she could barely lift them. "Yes," she mouthed, though her voice barely came out. Wook stood up immediately, pulling her into a tight hug, and the entire room roared. Fans were crying, laughing, shouting, jumping. No one expected this to happen at what was supposed to be a simple, normal public event. He slipped the ring on her finger, and she stared at it like she couldn't believe it was real. Wook kept smiling, the kind of smile fans rarely see. Soft, relieved, emotional. He held her hand tightly as he turned to the crowd and bowed. "Please support us with kindness," he said. "She's not from this industry, but she's my happiness." The fans screamed louder, chanting his name, chanting congratulations, chanting blessings in every language. Even the staff were emotional, whispering to each other, some wiping their eyes. The whole atmosphere turned from shock to celebration. Some fans didn't even know how to react. They were spinning around, holding their heads, saying things like, "Is this really happening? This is real life. This is not a drama." Others were smiling so wide their cheeks hurt, telling strangers, "We just witnessed history." Wook wrapped an arm around his fiancée. Yes, fiancée now, guiding her gently, protecting her from the overwhelming attention while still letting fans see that he was proud, truly proud to show her to the world. She tried to wave, shy but thankful, and that alone made the whole crowd melt. Then Wook leaned toward her and whispered something, and she laughed through her tears. Fans caught the moment and screamed again. Whatever he said, it clearly made her relax, and she held onto his hand tightly as they faced the cameras together. Lights flashed everywhere. Phones were shaking. People kept shouting blessings, screaming, "Congrats, Wook. We love you both. Be happy." Some fans were even calling their friends on video calls so they wouldn't miss the moment. Wook thanked everyone again, his voice stronger now. "I didn't expect today to be this meaningful," he admitted, "but I hope you'll accept this part of my life too." And fans did. Their response was louder than any applause he had ever received. Security slowly created a path for them, but Wook didn't rush. He took his time, still holding her close, waving at fans, bowing, showing them he appreciated every single reaction. The unknown woman finally bowed too, still shy, but glowing. As they walked off stage together, hands intertwined, caught the final shot. The two disappearing backstage, whispering to each other, smiling. It became clear that this wasn't just breaking news, it was a new chapter in Wook's life. One he chose to share with the world in the most unexpected, emotional, unforgettable way. The fans kept cheering even after they were gone, chanting his name, celebrating the moment long after the lights dimmed. It wasn't just a proposal, it was a memory fans would talk about for years. Backstage, the atmosphere was completely different. Quieter, softer, filled with the lingering sound of distant cheering. Staff members who had witnessed the proposal firsthand were still wide-eyed, some covering their mouths, others smiling like they couldn't believe what they just saw. Wook kept his arm wrapped securely around his fiancée, guiding her carefully through the corridor as if she were the most precious person in the room. She looked up at him, still trembling. "Did that really just happen?" she whispered. Wook chuckled, brushing a strand of hair from her face. "Yes," he whispered back, and the whole world saw it. She exhaled shakily, overwhelmed but happy. Wook pulled her into another tight hug, resting his chin gently on her head. For a few moments, it felt like time had stopped. Just the two of them in a quiet hallway while the crowd outside kept screaming his name. One of the staff members approached shyly, handing them a small towel and a bottle of water. "Congratulations, Wook SSI," she said softly. "This is truly beautiful." Wook smiled warmly and thanked her, still holding his fiancée's hand. The staff member bowed and walked away, still wiping her eyes. It was clear that the entire team was moved. His fiancée wiped her tears again and laughed. "I wasn't ready for the cameras," she said. "You looked perfect," Wook replied immediately. "More perfect than anything I've seen on stage." She blushed and nudged him lightly. "You didn't even tell me you were planning this." "I didn't tell anyone." He lifted her hand, the ring glimmering under the hallway light. "I realized today that I don't want to hide you anymore. Not this. Not us." She stared at the ring again, still overwhelmed at the reality that she was officially engaged to one of the biggest actors in Asia. "People are going to talk," she whispered nervously. "They already are," Wook smiled. "But they'll see why I chose you, and why I'll choose you every day." A staff member suddenly poked their head around the corner. "Wook SSI," he said, slightly panicked. "The fans outside want one more greeting. They're chanting your name non-stop." Wook looked at his fiancée. "Are you okay with that?"